It's time to harvest a year's worth of celery. 52 celery plants are planted in this raised bed and the raised bed right over there. Last winter I was planting our garden for the upcoming growing season. The best way that I know how to plant a garden is to grow things that we would normally purchase at the grocery store. The other consideration is, will it grow in our state of Wisconsin Zone 4B? For example, we won't be growing avocados here, but we certainly grow our own potatoes. After looking at the list of grocery items I think we can grow well, I figure out how much of each item we would like after we harvest. I figured out that we eat approximately 1 celery plant each week. Therefore, I planted at least 50 celery plants. This can be done with any crop that you and your family consume. If you choose to plan your garden this way, you'll find that come harvest time, you'll have close to the amount of food you want to eat for that year. We receive many questions about how we can grow enough food to feed our family for a year. The truth is, we grow enough food that grows well in our area to feed our family for a year, and the food that we have enough space for. In other words, we don't grow olives to make into olive oil, even though we use olive oil almost every day. The same goes with flour. We make all our own bread here on the homestead, but we're not growing grains in our backyard. We don't have the space for that. Being more and more self-sufficient is our goal each year, but we realize that being completely self-sufficient probably will never happen, and the idea that people are completely self-sufficient is overrated, in my opinion. I challenge anyone to think about self-sufficiently differently if they claim to be completely self-sufficient in the first place. People that claim to be self-sufficient probably did not make the lumber that their house came from. It's possible, but most likely not. They did not make the glass in the canning jars they used, or the lids or the rings. I'm not trying to start an argument, but I do want to help people who want to grow their own food and give them a more realistic expectation about what that means and what that looks like. If you're just getting into homesteading, this message is especially important for you. It means you're more self-sufficient when you grow your own food, but not completely. The point is, people need each other. If you don't have a piece of land for your homestead yet, you probably have an idea of what type of homestead you would like to have. Could be an old farmhouse that looks really nice that you'd renovate. It could be something that you build completely on your own. But I would like you to hold on to that vision, because that gives you a goal to aim for. Without that vision, without that goal, having a homestead will be less likely in your future. Now that the first raised bed has all of the celery taken out of it, it's time to focus on getting some of it ready to be frozen and kind of processed, but also need to keep in mind that I have a whole nother raised bed here to take the celery out of. Not as much as the first bed, but almost as much. And I kind of just repeat the process and make sure I get everything up on the table so I can start cutting it up, washing it, boiling it, and then eventually we'll store it away for the winter. It's a really relaxing thing to do, especially this time of year when the weather's good. So you want to set up your station, cutting board, good sharp knife, of course a bowl to put everything in. I'll need several bowls throughout the process, as you can imagine, with over 50 celery plants. All of the waste is going to go to the chickens. I just keep filling up the bowl, wash, rinse, repeat. Turn on some good music. It's a good time to relax, especially when the weather's nice. It's not something that's going to go quick, so you just have to take your time and accept that it's going to take a couple hours to go through this process, and just enjoy the evening, because this is the best time of the year, in my opinion, as far as weather's concerned here in Wisconsin, where we have these nice cool evenings, 60 degrees, sometimes into the 70s, and then these nice days where the weather is fairly mild. And of course, you can't forget about your other homesteading chores. Those are important too. Come harvest time, we're busy, but everything matters, and it's time to start processing our food during this busy time. If you're wondering how we preserve celery, all of this gets frozen. It gets put in quart-sized bags. There are many videos to teach you how to freeze celery on the internet, but the idea is to make sure they fit into the bag after you cut them and wash them. And then we take them out in portion-sized bags, like the quart bags, so we can use them in soups and stews. We love them in wraps. Tuna wraps, they go really well in, and many other things as well. You can make celery juice out of them. the sky is the limit. We just like the idea that we have them, and it's very easy to access throughout the winter in the quart-sized freezer bags. We strongly believe that if you want to increase the quality of your life, you need to simplify your life. Get out of the rat race. Simple, simple, simple. Click over here to find out more about how to do that. Subscribe over here. My name's Corey. You're watching Together We Harvest. Till next time, we'll see you later.